So the story goes like this. The guy on TikTok posts a video of how to enter a rental property, get the key, enter it, drop a fake documents that says he's renting it, and then he's able to live there and drive the landlord crazy and have to eventually, pay him thousands of dollars to leave the property. And I'm not judging this. I'm really not. I think that this is, as with a lot of things, I think this is inevitable. This isn't something that is surprising to me. When you attempt to monetize real estate, when you attempt to keep propping up these values be well beyond their utility, and I'm not just talking about housing, I'm talking about even vacant, empty land that has nothing on it. When you attempt to keep propping this stuff up, eventually people run out of places to go. And when they start running out of places to go, you run the risk of a French style revolution. So this is not surprising to me. Now you could talk to me about morality all you want, but I mean, I'm the wrong guy to talk with about that, because morality doesn't actually exist. Morality actually has to be cultivated in a culture. And you cultivate that by having an honest currency and an honest people. We don't have an honest currency, nor do we have an honest people. So there's no real way to bring up morality of the whole thing. Like the idea of, well, but what they're doing is wrong and we should kick them out. Like, okay, well, but you can't even get rid of your politicians that are making millions of dollars right in front of you and rubbing your face in it. So you can't even get rid of those people. You can't even get rid of the illegals that the country is being flooded with right now. So, I don't know how it is that you can suggest that one is more right or more wrong than the other. That said, there is the problem of constantly inflating this to the point where people can't really afford to function, and of course they're unable to be self-sufficient. And you want self-sufficiency. In fact, I posted a video of this dairy farmer who was pointing out that it's a net loss to try and do dairy farming because the other companies are subsidized, and that's really the case. When you start subsidizing bigger companies, you drive small companies out. And this happens all through, it doesn't make any difference what sector you're in. In my sectors, both of them are, the big companies, big competitors are all heavily subsidized, and you have to compete against that. And of course the margins continue to shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. In real estate, we see this happening with idiots, going $400,000 in the hole to make $600 a month gross. So it's $400,000 worth of debt, exposure to make $600 gross. I don't know why guys continue to do it. That's not enough money to really justify the effort and the risk involved, in my view. Well, so you want to cultivate, of course, self-sufficiency. And of course, in order to be self-sufficient, one of the things that you need is people to be able to, own the means of their production. And I say own the means of their production for my commie followers, because I have lots of commie followers. For my capitalist followers, let me say it this way. People need to be able to vertically integrate their operation. It's the same basic idea, whether it's owning the means of your production or vertical integration, the outcome is the same. It's people being self-sufficient. And if you've successfully gotten rid of the idea of people being able to be self-sufficient, then that means that the idea is, okay, well, we can have division of labor. Well, but division of labor, as I've covered on many occasions, is breaking down because your currency is breaking down. All of this stuff is very predictable, and it's almost like it's all connected because, well, it is all connected, and I've been over this on many occasions. But so the idea of like, well, so whenever I get these comments where they're like, well, don't you feel that that's immoral? Like, I don't feel one way or the other about it. I think it's going to happen because you're cultivating this. This is similar to the dairy farmer that I posted on Twitter yesterday, or X, last night or this morning. He points this out. He's like, you wanted this, America. This is what you keep cultivating. You have to cultivate something different if you want a different outcome. The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. I would argue, that voting's probably right up there at the top of the list, at least at this point.